Hey guys, Livy here today. It is another speed build on my channel. It's been a while since I did one of these. Truth be told, I've actually built a lot of things in the last few months, or actually we're probably going to say it several months. And I just never get around to recording the audio for the speed builds, and then they never end up being posted. Like I've got a haunted house one, not a haunted house, but like one I did for the vampire game pack when it came out. I've got this like big Tudor mansion one that I did. Like quite a few actually, another cabin build. So yeah, I've been a bit slack. So I thought to myself, if I don't do the audio for this one now, then the evidence suggests that I probably never will. I do hopefully plan to get the audios for those ones done, but it might end up being mostly music just because I don't even remember what I was thinking. And there's so many things I would change now that it's been, months and months since. But anywho, we are talking about this one today. This one is just a family home basically, and it's on a raised foundation. I kind of like to think of it as being just like it was built slightly on a hill, like uneven ground. You know how sometimes houses have to be sort of built around that. Yeah, it was the best I could do when you can't really have multiple floor levels within the house with Sims 4. So yeah, it's just your standard family home really. It's got an office, it's got a rumpus room or like a teen hangout room, kitchen, lounge, bedrooms, yada yada yada, backyard and everything. But I had this sort of vision in my head, and the reason why we're already doing wallpaper is that the vision I had was just like a really rough outline of sort of the concept I was going for, and actually building it and getting the size and the sort of layout inside was actually quite difficult for me. And I was like, you know what, nobody wants to watch that. It was a mess. I tried to edit it so that it wasn't so all over the place, but it was just really all over the place. So I had to sort of give up on that for a little bit, but I think you get the gist anyway. Got central hallway that goes off to everything. So it's fine. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, so I don't really feel like I need to sort of tell you exactly what I'm doing. It's not like an out there build for me. It's a pretty standard family home that I do. Very similar sort of ideas going on there. So I just thought I'd just rattle on about something random. It's Labour weekend in Auckland, New Zealand, which is where I live at the moment. So we get a long weekend. So today is currently Saturday, so we're going to get a 3-day weekend because we get Monday off because that's Labour Day. And every Labour Day weekend in Auckland, in New Zealand, we get a sort of, I don't know what you'd call it, a convention, I guess, called Armageddon. Now, I guess for those of you that are overseas in like America and stuff, this would be our equivalent to Comic-Con, but nowhere near as big. Like, not even in the same ballpark. Like, it's compared to that, it's like a blip. It's so tiny. But for us, it's a pretty big deal. It's, I think they do it in like Wellington and Christchurch as well, but I can't remember. I think Auckland is the biggest one though. But this year, they've got some pretty cool people coming from overseas. We're getting Nathan Fillion, who was in Firefly, Serenity, and Castle, who I love. I love that. I love all of those shows. We're also getting, I think his name's Tom Felton. Whoever plays Draco Malfoy in the Harry Potter movies, he's coming. We're getting a couple of characters from Guardians of the Galaxy, including Sean Gunn, who is also in Gilmore Girls and plays Kirk, which is my favourite TV show of all time. So I normally go, I don't normally go, but I've gone before, and because I don't play a lot of the games and what, like that sort of scene, I'm not fully into it. Like my partner and our friend and stuff, they always go, but I just feel like a lot of it's lost on me, so I'm not going because you have to pay to go, and it's not like a lot of money, but yeah, it's just, if you're not fully into it, it does drag on a little bit. But it's really cool. They have like heaps of stalls, they have like a cosplay competition, like food and everything, and it's just a really fun time basically, and it goes for the full weekend, so Saturday, Sunday and Monday. So that's probably one of the biggest things that's going on in Auckland at the moment. So being the long weekend, a lot of people have gone away as well. You know, they've gone to up north or down south or whatever to batches and beaches and small towns and stuff. So the city gets quite quiet in the long weekends, which is quite nice. It's actually kind of nice to stick around sometimes. If you can't afford, for example, to go on holiday, like moi. You know, the roads are clearer, the malls aren't as busy, blah, blah, blah. So it's just a bit nicer, really. But yeah. So that's pretty much what's going on in the world of mine at the moment. Also exciting news, we just got a new Prime Minister. We actually had the votes, it must have been like, I feel like it was got to be at least a month ago now. It must be. I honestly can't remember now. Or maybe it was only a few weeks. I can't remember. Anyway, so out of that, like our two biggest parties, which is National and Labour, out of those two parties, National won. And I'll be the first to admit that I don't know a lot about New Zealand politics. I know enough that I vote, you know, see whose policies are in line with what I want and everything. But I don't know enough. But essentially what had ended up happening was that a lesser party, New Zealand First, essentially got to pick who was going to be our new Prime Minister, which party they were going to go with, kind of regardless to the vote that we had, where National won. And so as a result of that, Winston Peters, who's head of New Zealand First, he has picked Labour. So Labour and Jacinda Ardern are going to be our new Prime Minister. So you may see her in photos with presidents and such things over the years, but it'll be interesting with Trump as president. But anywho, I digress. I'm going way off track here. So the lounge that you're just seeing, I'm talking about the build now, by the way. So the lounge that you're seeing it's quite sleek, modern, you know, very simplistic. There's nothing major going on, you know, some nice artwork, some flowers. It's very sort of cream beigey kind of, and I get that with a bit of pop of colour here and there. The reason being was that I knew I was going to build a teen sort of rumpus room, hangout room. So I knew that there didn't need to be like a super duper family vibe there, that this could be, you know, a more sophisticated area for dinner parties and just general stuff, less mess basically. And the kitchen is obviously making use of Parenthood. I can't bring myself to use any other counters now. I just love those counters that came with Parenthood. I just think they're so cool and they just add something so different. So I may be in love with them, not gonna lie. This is just a quick little bathroom. Sometimes I wonder whether there's any point in even putting footage in of building a bathroom, because they're pretty self-explanatory. There's nothing new going on here. Sometimes they'll be a bit different, like if you get like a bath and like a little like relaxation nook or whatever, in which case, you know, I can understand it. But yeah, now that I'm sort of watching through this footage, I'm thinking maybe I should have gotten rid of this footage and cut down the time of the video. But never mind, too late now. C'est la vie, as they say. Oh dear. Oh, we're still going. We're getting a mat in there, you know. Gotta make it feel homey, you know. Gotta make it feel homey. Am I gonna get a plant in or something? Is that what I'm doing? Oh, we're just doing the quick little one over there. Yeah, well, okay then, that's fine. Oh, I'm just trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, okay, this is a really cool thing. So, hopefully I don't need to do any more like audio for speed builds recently, because I'm just going to have all my material used up in this one. But we have a supermarket here in New Zealand called New World, and they recently had a promotion where they were giving away, for like every $40 you spent, you got a little, what would you call it, like a seedling pack for these different plants. So in the pack you got like this biodegradable little seed pot. You got the seeds, which either came in a seed mat, which was like a biodegradable mat that had the seeds inside, or like a little sachet, because obviously they were too big to go in the seed mat. You got a thing called a soil tablet, which was just this like little disc, and when you added water to it, it kind of expanded and became soil that filled up the little pot thing. And then you got like a little label to say what it was. And so the seeds you could get were, what were they? Oregano. oregano, coriander, or cilantro, I think it's called in other places, watermelon, tomato, red onion, yellow beans, cucumber, butternut. What else was there? There was flowers like pansies, purple tansy, sunflower, that one that I can't say, nasturtium or something like that. Nasturtium. I can't even remember how to say it. No, actually, I don't know how to say it. It's not about remembering. And then there was things like watercress and corn, like sweet corn, thyme, basil. Yeah, I think there was about 24 altogether, including a special edition one, which was the star flower. So I became a little bit obsessed with it and managed to get all of them, and some of them more than one. And so they're all growing in their little pots, and I'm going to have to repot some of them. Some of them have already been repotted. My cucumber didn't survive that because I put it into this ginormous pot outside, and I think it was just too sunny, and it just couldn't handle the sun so quickly. But my yellow beans that I put out there, they're going pretty good. So I just have to buy some little pots to keep inside. So yeah, it's really fun. Yeah. It's a pretty random thing for me to be talking about, I know, but yeah, it's really cool. I like them. It's fun. It's fun growing your own thing, and it's made me want to get, like, I looked into buying a kind of like raised garden bed, but on legs, because I want to be able to transport it with me if I move to a different house or something. But they're really expensive, like at least a couple of $100, which is a lot of money for, a bunch of wood stuck together. And I was like, I wonder how much it would actually be to build it myself. So I am sort of like toying with the idea of getting all the wood and everything pre-cut in a store, like a hardware store, and then bringing it home and like renting an electric drill, because I certainly don't have one, and then doing it that way. But I don't know, we'll see what happens. That's the idea. That's what I want to do. Whether or not that actually happens, however, is a totally different story. But we'll see. We will see. So I kind of liked the idea of having all of these sort of like open plan deck sort of areas. And I wanted the back to be quite uneven, I guess, because, I didn't want it to be this perfectly shaped, like square hill, and I did the bunny ears, like inverted commas kind of thing, because it's not actually a hill, it's a foundation, but whatever, Trevor. And I do try and like hide that, or like show it as being something different. I think it works. Like, you'll see it towards the end. I don't think I haven't done it yet, but I think it works. And then I just wanted to add a couple of things to the roof just to give it some character, basically. So as you can see now, I've put in the sort of like stone foundation wall, and I'm just layering these hedges with the move objects on sheet, just to somewhat hide that and really accentuate the fact that it is upper level. I think it went pretty well. And then I do carry forward that fencing to the front. And I really liked this. I just added those 3 sort of, what would you call those, pine trees? No, I'm not even sure what trees those are. But I just thought they were quite defining of the front of the house. Gave you a little bit of privacy on that side. I don't know. It's just a thought, basically. Just something I pulled out of my hat or whatever, like a magician. Oh dear, dearie dear. Usually when I'm speed building, I'm usually watching something on Netflix, and I'd love to know if anyone has been watching a show on Netflix called The Good Place. Obviously, I've got New Zealand Netflix, so there's a whole lot of stuff on American Netflix that I can't watch because it's not there on New Zealand Netflix. And I think it was last year, because I was actually able to access American Netflix through... Actually, I don't even know the technical term because my partner did it, but they changed some rules and blah, 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 and you're not allowed anymore, which was kind of a bummer. So we had to go back to New Zealand, which didn't have anywhere near as much. But this show called The Good Place, which I believe is made by Netflix, is on there, and it's got Kristen Bell from Veronica Mars in, And I love it. It's so cool. It's a really cool concept. Yeah, I'm not about to like discuss it or anything because, you know, you guys didn't watch this video to hear me ramble on about that. But yeah, like if you watch it, give me a thumbs up or like comment like, you know, I watch it because it's really cool. And if you don't watch it, you should definitely try it. Give it a try because it's really cool. I think it's got it's in the second season now, but it's one of those shows that is having like one episode a week kind of thing released. Yeah, kind of like Riverdale and like Designated Survivor, I think it's called. I gave that one a go, but I'm not quite sure if I'm into it, so I haven't quite made up my mind about that one yet. But yeah, Riverdale is another interesting one because I've actually read the Archie comics, not the original ones because they're just too weird, but the recent remake one. In fact, I'm looking at a whole stack of them right now because my old flatmate was buying them and then giving them to me so I could read them. I haven't caught up for a while though, I've been too busy. Or couldn't be bothered rather. But yeah, so it's not quite the same as the comics, which I think is what sort of threw me off the first time because, you know, I went to watch the show and I was like, what the? Like, it's not really, like, the characters are the same, sure, like the names and everything and the town and everything, but they've basically taken the characters and just run with it and done their own thing, which is fine. But at first I was really like put off by that because I was like, I thought it was going to be like the comics. But I sort of went back to it and sort of gave it a second go, I guess you could call it, because I was like, give it a chance, I love ya, you know. So that's another show that I'm quite enjoying. Yeah, so now we're doing The Office. So I wanted this to be quite officey, I guess. You know, couch, bookcase. Oh, must be like a big truck. Oh no, someone's driving past with their speakers blasting, and so it's making my house shake. I have no idea if that's going to come up on the audio, but it is very off-putting. Oh my goodness. I thought my computer had stuffed up, but it's actually just the screen turned off, I think. Oh my god, that gave me such a fright. We've been having troubles with this computer, like, crashing and just kind of like restarting itself. And I thought that's what it had done. Oh god, that was so stressful. Oh my goodness. So note to self, when you're doing an audio for something this long, you need to move the mouse a little bit to keep it going, keep it moving. So I don't know what I'm going to do there. I'm going to have to put something in there or cut out that bit of audio and put like a random bit of music or something. Ugh. I don't think it was anything major that we missed. But by the looks of it, I think it was the toddler room, which is pretty boring to be honest, so I don't think we missed anything major. Or did we had that on the screen before? I actually don't remember because I haven't really been watching, which is probably not a good idea since I'm meant to be doing the audio for this video. So this is the parents' bedroom, and when I did it, after I finished, I was like, you know, this could be a teenage girl's bedroom as well. It's very girly, it's very purple, and yeah, like, and I was like, oh, maybe I went a little bit overboard, but I really liked it. Purple's my favorite color as well, so maybe that had something to do with it. But I just, yeah, I mean, obviously feel free to change it if it's not going to suit your Sims, because not every male Sim is going to want to live in a very purple room. And I understand that, you know, I understand that might be a bit much for some people. But that's just what I did, so there you go. But I quite liked it because, you know, it was very white, but then it had these like little pops of colour. And then I carried the purple through to the deck, but obviously it's this darker purple. I love those chairs. I think it came with that, what's it called? That like fancy, oh no, not the fancy one, just the outdoor living, I think it was called. One of the early ones that we got. I can't remember now. But who is excited for cats and dogs? Because I am so excited. I cannot wait. The annoying thing is, well, I shouldn't say annoying because that's a bit mean, but the weekend it comes out, like the 10th of November, which will be the 11th for New Zealand, because obviously we're ahead. I'm actually away in a place called Rotorua in New Zealand, doing like a yoga retreat with my mum. So it's like a spa weekend basically. So that's, I mean, not that I don't want to do it, but I couldn't believe the timing when I saw that was the date that the Sims 4 Cats and Dogs came out. I was like, really? The one weekend I'm going to be away? Could have been worse though, because my friend's getting married next month and I'm also a bridesmaid, so it could have come out when I was tied up with a whole lot of wedding stuff that I had to be involved in. So, you know, I'll live. So this is the teen hangout room downstairs, and I just want it to be just pretty basic, you know, TV, video games, music, books, toys, clutter everywhere. Just like, I mean, in real life you can just imagine this just getting absolutely trashed, but also used all the time, you know. The parents can have their casual, you know, dinner parties or just have their time in the lounge, you know, and then the kids can come in here and watch whatever they want to watch. And I loved that it was at the back of the house, so it had a lot of sun. There's a door that goes straight out onto the deck as well, so really great flow. You know, I can see, like, you know, your teenagers could have some pretty cool house parties in this house, basically. That's what I think anyway. And everybody knows that I know best, obviously. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joshing with you. Yeah, I'm just trying to think if there's anything else. I mean, it is a bit tricky because I'm not quite sure what we cut out when I had my spaz of like, oh my god, what is happening? Don't do this to me. But it's okay. You'll see it all in the photos anyway. I think the only thing I didn't take a photo of was this tiny little bathroom in this room, and I think I forgot the other bathroom that has the bath with the red panels above it. I'm pretty sure I forgot to get a photo of that, which is annoying. So we've moved upstairs. Oh yeah, so that bathroom, that's the one that I forgot to get a photo of, I think. This, in my mind, was like a teenage boy's room. So it's super simple. The room wasn't very big, so I didn't want to like clutter it up, but I was like, he obviously has to have, you know, a closet. So that cool skinny one from City Living, perfect. Chucked that up, threw some posters and stuff on the walls, chucked in a guitar. I mean, you can throw on whatever hobby thing you want, basically. You know, it could be an easel, could be a guitar, could be a microphone, could be that botany plant thingy. Could be nothing, you know. You could just put whatever you want there. You could probably even extend it out slightly, make it a little bit bigger, like maybe going over the garage a little bit, but whatever. I just thought that might be a little bit weird when I was doing it. And then this one is a young kid's bedroom. I'm pretty sure I tried to keep it relatively unisex, so it could go either way. It wasn't like super, super girly. Not that boys can't go in a super, super girly bedroom, but, you know, chances are they probably don't want like bright pink and bright purple. But yeah, so that's what I did there. I kind of threw all those things on the wall, and then I was like, ugh, that looks gross. I just remember somebody saying either in a Facebook group I'm in with like a photo or in a video I watched, and they created this like tiling pattern with those void critter stickers. I think it was the yellow kind of seahorsey one. And I was like, oh, I really wish I knew where I'd seen that, because I'd love to see it again and see if I can recreate it somehow. But yeah, anyway, we're in the photos now. So this is the entranceway. So big open sort of spaces coming into the sort of the adult lounge, I guess you could call it, with those fancy dancy couches. Kitchen here with all those beautiful parenthood appliances. No, they're not appliances, but downstairs bathroom, and they've got the office, which I think I came out really cool. I quite like the study. It's quite, you know, I like the light that's coming through, and yeah, it's quite nice. And obviously this is the teen room downstairs. So a few shots of that. And then we're going to move upstairs. So this is the upstairs hallway. Kids' bedroom. And then we've got, I think the teen bedroom is the next one. Yep, so teen bedroom there. Super simple. You know, you can dress it up or dress it down. This is the toddler room. So yeah, pretty standard. And obviously the parents' bedroom, which was quite nice. Outside, I hope that the weird video changes are not going to show up because they're quite annoying. Another bathroom upstairs. I think this is the ensuite, actually. Different angle of the upstairs hallway. And yeah, there's a few more photos. But basically, that's it. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Please give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Subscribe to my channel, and we will catch you for the next video. Bye, guys!